Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada and Jayapataka Maharaj. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai, Jai, Hare Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you all for joining today. Today is Vyasa Puja. We are celebrating 75th Vyasa Puja of our most beloved His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Maharaj. Jayapataka Maharaj Vyasa Puja ki Jai. So, on behalf of Hare Krishna Temple of Austin, or ISKCON of Cedar Park, I would like to welcome you all to this most auspicious, most holy, most blessed event. I also want to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to Radha Krishna Maharaj for gracing this occasion, and also to His Grace Kaunteya Prabhu and Her Grace Sri Radha Govinda Mataji to be present this evening with all of us. So when it comes to the appearance day of the Supreme Lord Krishna, Acharyas say that Janmashtami is every day. It's not that on Janmashtami day we welcome Krishna. Why? Because Krishna's pastime happens eternally. So that means every day we have to welcome Krishna in our hearts, in our homes, in our lives. So in the same spirit, the glorification of pure devotees of the Lord, such as His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Maharaj, and the remembrance of his divine activities should be a continuous and perpetual festival. So we have to glorify them every single day for our own purification. And also not only that, it also pleases the Supreme Lord and the Guru Parampara as well. So yes, we have to glorify every day. So what is special today? Especially on the Vyasa Puja day, which is the appearance day of the pure devotee, we have access to extra mercy. We have access to extra blessings. So we are so fortunate, all of us are very, very fortunate. And it is also a privilege to attend a Vyasa Puja celebration of a pure devotee like Jayapataka Maharaj. So with that spirit, we'll start the program today. I'll go through the agenda very quick. What is the program schedule so you have an idea. So first we are going to listen to His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Maharaj recorded video class. So in that way, we can get both, association of Maharaj in the form of Vapu and Vani both. So we will hear that for 20-25 minutes. Then after that, there will be a Vyasa Puja offerings by senior devotees and Maharaj's senior disciples. So then after that, we'll do Pushpanjali. So let me just give one line description of what is Pushpanjali ceremony is. So we offer the flower petals at the lotus feet of Srila Jayapataka Maharaj. Why? Because the lotus feet of the pure devotee is the abode of pure bhakti, pure devotional service. right? So that's what acharyas say. So we have to worship the lotus feet of the pure devotee, and we have opportunity today. So that's Pushpanjali. Then after Pushpanjali, we'll do a Guru Puja Arati. Just, glorify the pure devotee. So that happens. Then we'll conclude the program with sumptuous prasadam. So that's the agenda for today. So with that, let's give the floor to His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Maharaj. Srila Jayapataka Maharaj ki jai. Srila Jayapataka Maharaj Vyasa Puja Mahotsav ki jai. So we're going to play.
Shiksharo, the next verse, is compared to Radha and Govinda. Radha and Govinda are the same as Radha Madhava. So, in Krishna book, Krishna is talking to his school friend, the Sadhana Vitta. How important it is to have a guru, that Krishna is going from within as the Antarjami, and from without as the Diksha Guru and Shisha Guru. So, in this way, Krishna is guiding us because we are not so receptive to hear him as Antarjami. So, he guides us from without as the Guru. In this way, we get help from Krishna to cross over the illusions of Maya. Sometimes the Guru may misunderstand, like when Ramchandra Kaldiraj, he went to see his wife on the order of his guru. So the wife said, "You left home, and what did you get?" "I want to get that spiritual thing you got. Otherwise, an ordinary wife, I can get a child anytime. But I want to get what you found so valuable." So the whole night, he told her about Krishna consciousness. And she was so grateful that she decided to practice Krishna consciousness her whole life. And she bowed down and put her head on his feet. So some of the red kumkum rubbed off from her hair onto his feet. So when Ram Chandra Kaliraj, he went back to see his guru. And the guru saw the red kumkum on his foot and thought, "You rascal, you were drunk all night and you didn't take a bath." And he chased him. But later, he found out that he had only been instructing Krishna consciousness. So, in that way, he was very sure that he misunderstood. So, we would sometimes, Prabhupada would tell us that I am not the super soul. I get information from the super soul, but I am not the super soul. So, Prabhupada said that he was not the super soul, but the three of us. We are right, right insignificant. So you're all very fortunate that you have, as a farm guru, Srila Prabhupada, and you can get his instructions in his books, tapes, lectures, letters. So he is guiding all of us. Still, the guru, either directly or through his representative, he engages the devotees in Krishna service. So, Krishna is so wonderful. We cannot imagine how wonderful Krishna is. In the Nectar of Devotion, it mentions that Krishna, he even speaks the language of the animals. Now we have translation, English to Bengali, to Russian, Chinese, but Krishna knows all the languages. He knows everything. And he, as our super soul, he can understand. He is our constant guide. But we sometimes get confused. Is it our mind or is it Krishna who is guiding us? So we ask the Guru, and he confirms. Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru. These three things confirm. So, and Krishna, he always refers to the Shastra. Although he is the writer of the Shastra, although he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He refers to Scripture. And it's not only so Radha, he was so concerned with the people of this Kali Yuga. One time, a leader said, Radha, sometimes I am concerned. I worry about the conditioned souls. And Prabhupada looked at him and said, why sometimes? Why sometimes? Why not all the time? So Prabhupada, he was concerned about all of you all the time. And that is the duty we have. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, they were also considering how to give the mercy to everyone. So Prabhupada took the mercy to the Western countries, and on his own, he took the mercy here to India. He sent me to India, so I have also. This is by India, Bangladesh, Nepal. These are only Malaysia and Latin America. These are my Guru Data Dutch, either given directly by Prabhupada or by his representative, that you can see. So, like that, the world is divided into zones, and in the future, there are supposed to be about 108 zones. Kuntaya Das and as strategic planning team is working on this along with the organizational development committee. The idea is that every area should be covered by someone from the GBC or someone who represents the GBC. But also the temple president, they have a great duty to see how Krishna consciousness can be spread. In their area. Push. Krishna is seeing how we relate with the Guru. And he also sees if we are ready to serve him directly. If we surrender to the spiritual master, then Krishna knows that we can surrender to him. The spiritual master, he is the representative of the whole Guru Parampara. But he never thinks that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or that he is a great devotee. He lets, at the same time, the disciples worship him or respect him as Sakshat Hari. Sakshat means a representative. There's a difference between Sakshat and Swayam. So Sakshat means someone like, someone with the qualities of. So the spiritual master, he carries out the mercy of Lord Krishna, and he tries to engage himself and all his devotees, disciples, in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have many illustrious spiritual masters who have left us, like Hare Krishna Maharaj, Bhakti Tirtha Swami, Gurupuja Maharaj, Sridhar Maharaj, and Sridhar Maharaj, and others. They were very much dedicated to serving Sri Prabhupada. And they were always in Israel. So we want to also carry the flag of victory of the Sankirtan movement and follow the great souls who have proceeded like this. This material world, it entices us to enjoy. And we think that through the senses we can enjoy. But actually, the senses are never fully satisfied. There was one great devotee. He said, "My Lord, I'm a great shame. I'm praying to you. I have served my masters, lust, anger, greed, hate, envy. But although I have served them very faithfully, they are never satisfied. They are never satisfied. And they don't also have any embarrassment to take my service and they give nothing in return. So now I decided I don't want to serve these false masters anymore. I only want to serve your lotus feet. Haribo. I want to serve your lotus feet, O Lord Krishna. So this is the teaching of the pure devotee spiritual master, that we should engage our mind, our thoughts, our words, our activities in the service of Lord Krishna. Although Krishna is very kind, he lets us have a certain amount of sense gratification. This sense gratification can never satisfy us. Rather, we get satisfied when Lord Krishna is satisfied. So the Guru is there to train us to do some devotional service to Lord Krishna. So every step we should take shelter of the Lord. So initially, Madan is attracting us, the desire to enjoy the senses, but he is attracted by Madan Mohan, by Krishna. So we want to take shelter of Madan Mohan, and that is the Diksha Guru. And then to make further advancement, we take some guidance from Shiksha Guru, and then finally we want to reach Govinda to Radha Govinda. So this is our system. Every step in Kali Yuga, there's so many defects, but we are given a special mercy that if we chant, we get very easily awaken our bhakti. So we should chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Sri Sampradaya, many of the alvars and also some of the spiritual masters, they have said that we should chant the name of the Lord and we should raise our hands. And this is the symptom of a pure devotee. This is the symptom of a Vaishnava. So some of the Jews have said the only ones who do this are the Hare Krishna devotees. Why are you not doing it? So it's not only us. All the great devotees, all the acharyas, they are said to chant the holy names. But Lord Chaitanya's followers, Prabhupada's followers, we do this. So this is our system to chant the hymns and to please Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there any question? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Wow, what a great class. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki jai. So devotees, so Maharaj beautifully explained the essence of Guru Tattva. So which is surrendering to Guru means surrendering to Krishna. Actually, Maharaj made beautiful points. We don't have time to analyze, but this is a class that we can meditate upon. So please listen to this. We'll publish this class in the WhatsApp group. So listen to this again and again. We can get so many wonderful insights and wisdom, how we can progress in bhakti. So that is Jayapataka Maharaj. I also want to thank Maharaj for everything you do for all of us. In spite of all the physical difficulties, Maharaj travels all over the world and just preaches the message of Lord Gauranga very, very generously. So we are very, very grateful to you, Maharaj, for your unfathomable compassion, extraordinary mercy, and divine teachings, and also the more importantly, this immaculate example that you set for all of us. So on this day, on behalf of Hare Krishna Temple of Austin, I would like to pray to you, and please bless us so that we can have a steadfast determination that you have, maybe at least a fraction of what you have. So to push this mission of Srila Prabhupada forward in Austin. So that's our prayers, Maharaj. So with that, we are going to go to the next chapter of our program today, which is the Vyasa Puja offerings by senior devotees and disciples. So I would like to request Radhakrishna Maharaj to say a few words in glorification of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Prabhuji, mic. We are focusing here.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki jai. Prabhu asked me to also speak a little bit on the purpose of Vyasa Puja. So, to know the purpose of life, we have to all accept the spiritual master. Just like if you want to know something in the material world, you go through college, you have a professor or someone who actually help you understand. So in the same way, spiritual knowledge is not something you can simply go to a library, check out a book, and go through it and decide you know everything. Just like if I ask you to go to a library and get a book on surgery, after one year of studying that book, do you think you can do surgery? Yeah. So similarly, spiritual activities, you cannot just simply read a book and think you know. The, the, the understanding comes from actually the blessings and the mercy of the spiritual master. So originally this knowledge came to Sri Brahma and by Lord Krishna, and he blessed him. And so Brahma, having understood through his tapasya, the knowledge of how to create was revealed to him. And then later on, Narada Muni gets the blessing from his spiritual master, Brahma, his father also. And Narada Muni then teaches or gives this knowledge to, it's okay, to Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedas, who compiled it for our benefit. And in that way, this knowledge comes through disciplic succession. And this is the reason why, because this knowledge allows us to understand our purpose in life, who we are, and how to go back to Godhead. We are very, very grateful to the spiritual masters. And that's the other reason why we celebrate Vyasa Puja. Particularly for the disciples, they can renew their vows and submit themselves, surrender to the lotus feet of the spiritual master, and beg for his mercy so that they can reconnect with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, to understand things properly, you must approach a spiritual master. Tad vijnartam sagurum eva bhagachit samitpane srotim brahmanistam. So you have to approach a spiritual master and hear from them. In the old days, the disciple will come to the spiritual master with firewood, because the way they teach was they teach through practice of yagna, and then the guru will tell what to do, and that's how they were learning. So similarly, it is also stated in the Shastra that if you are very serious, then you have to look for a spiritual master. Tasmat gurum prapadyate jignasu shreya uttama shabde pare nishnatam brahmani upasamasrayam. One have to approach the guru and then serve the guru, ask for the guru's mercy and blessings. So each and every one of you are on that path to approach a spiritual master. So that's how we get the mercy. There's no other way, actually. So Srila Prabhupada had many exceptional disciples, very exalted disciples, and one of them is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj explains in an interview when he first saw the devotees, when he saw them with the tilak, he got frightened and he ran away. So after some time, he was thinking, no, but they seem so wonderful. So then he went back to where they were, but then they were not there. So he asked someone, where are they? They said they are in the temple. So he said he went to the San Francisco temple, I believe, and at that time they had the Ratha Yatra, and he also heard Prabhupada. This was in 1968, I believe, yeah. And then he wanted to meet Prabhupada, so they told him Prabhupada has gone to Montreal, and so that's where he first met Srila Prabhupada. And he said during that time he did yoga. Yeah. Now Maharaj is not very old. He's very young at this time. So he's been doing yoga. So Maharaj tells that when he went to see Prabhupada, he saw Prabhupada had an aura, energy coming out of him, yellow light. And he said it was so pleasant and soothing. Then he said he looked at the others, they all had orange, red, green, and they were not as calm. So I thought that was very interesting. He could see auras at that age, When he was very young, his grandfather told him he had a disease, some sickness. So his grandfather told him to chant the holy names. And so he chanted. And he cured himself of the disease. He says very nicely. And in case you're wondering, he was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 1949, April 9th. That was on Ekadasi. Actually, his appearance day was last Ekadasi, right? Yeah. So they celebrated, in Houston, we were celebrating, yeah. Actually, Maharaj has extraordinary intelligence, He can remember many things. And I think he has like a didactic memory, I believe. I don't know, you guys know better. But he remembers you also, he sees you one time, he'll remember for the rest of his life. And very intelligent. At a very young age, he got a scholarship and to go to major university. He was very young, 16 or 15 or 16, like that, to go to college like that, yeah. And so when he met Prabhupada, Prabhupada told him to, establish temples in Toronto, and he also went to Chicago and he established them. Later on in 1970, Prabhupada asked him to come to India and establish ISKCON there. He also took sannyas. He took sannyas on Radhastami, when he was 21 years old. And Prabhupada told him, and he said, I'm giving you Mayapur in 1971. And said, I want you to develop it. And then in 1978, he became a guru. Now, Maharaj also tells a very funny story. When he became in Mayapur, no, in Calcutta temple, they made him temple president. And so he would do whatever he can, but it was not easy those days. He would struggle and so on. So then Tamal Krishna Maharaj was the GBC. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj would come and then he will say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And he will say, I'm removing you from temple president. And then he'll go away. Then Maharaj said, Prabhupada would come and say, why are you not the temple president? I'm appointing you temple president. And then he said, Tamakrishna Maharaj would come again and say, why are you not doing this thing properly? No, you're not qualified to be a TP. I'm taking you out of TP. And he'd go away. And so Prabhupada would come and say, why are you not a TP? So this was hilarious, you know. As a guru, he became a guru in 1978, and then he started traveling extensively. At one point, he was in the Guinness Book of Records as the most traveled person in the world. You know, in 1 year, he would travel so much. I remember one time he came to Melbourne at 9 in the night. It was Sunday night, you know, he came and people were all waiting, and then he spoke to the devotees and so on. Then he said, I have to fly at 11 o'clock to Brisbane. So he took a flight. And then he flew back at around 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. 10 o'clock he flew, yeah, because in Australia, you can't fly after 10 o'clock. But he came back the next morning at Mangalarti time or something. He flew back, and then he hasn't slept. And he traveled from some European country to Australia also. So he hasn't slept, and he's meeting people, he's interviewing, and he's giving instruction. So he's such an amazing person. My first encounter with him was in 1992, I believe. And that was in Mayapur. So we were going on Parikram. So he cuts a huge figure. You know, you can't see it because he became sick, and so you can't see. But he stands. He's so huge and such an amazing personality. And he was wearing big turban, and he had a big rod. And he was, he stood on a mound as we were walking. He turned around and looked at all of us, and he raised his hand and he said, Gauranga! And, he was so inspiring. And when you go on parikram, it's difficult sometimes. You walk in the sun and so on. But Maharaj, every now and then, he'll turn around and scream, Gauranga! So I have such fond memories of Maharaj. And the other thing I know and I love about Maharaj is he had so much Gaura Katha. He would speak so nicely, the Katha. And some of this you don't even come across, because Maharaj, another thing he did was he in India, or especially in the holy dhams, he would go and make friends with all the other different groups of Vaishnavas. And then he actually formed a society of Vaishnava Sangha that they meet every year to discuss how to improve things and so on. And of course, Maharaj also did other things like the congregational preaching, which he adopted from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And I think if you have heard, he mentioned Konteya Prabhu's name. So Konteya Prabhu has been working with Maharaj in congregational preaching for many, many years, so if anything you want to know about that, he is the expert in this. He's been trained by Maharaj very nicely. And even you may think, do I still have time? So even if you think, he is sickly and his body is he almost like an invalid, as Prabhu was mentioning also, Maharaj keeps traveling like anything. Yes, he doesn't want to stop. One of his disciples was telling him, Maharaj, you need to take rest. Resting is very important because you're sick. Maharaj said, my resting is preaching. And, we study the scriptures. We are not the body, but we are all thinking we are the body. But look at Maharaj. He exemplifies what it means to be, you are not the body. This is true person. And Srila Prabhupada also mentioned, and I'm not sure, you all can correct me, that His Holiness Jayapataka Swami is an eternal associate of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So he has come to help Srila Prabhupada spread this movement. So take this opportunity, especially the disciples and well-wishers and friends, pray to Maharaj, asking for his blessings so that we all can also move forward in our own Krishna consciousness. We take shelter of our pains and our worries and our misery, but then if you look at Maharaj, he takes shelter really and truly of Shri Krishna's lotus feet and Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. So with that, I will end. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Big round of applause to Radha Krishna Maharaj. Prabhu, that was a very brilliant, succinct explanation of meaning of Vyasa Puja. So thank you for that. And also, you're so kind, and you narrated a beautiful pastime of Maharaj as well. So thank you for that. So with that, I would like to request His Grace Kaunteya Prabhu to say a few words. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhadli Shrimad Jayapataka Swami Nityanandi Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Padayani Gurakata Mudana Garagamatarini. So as Maharaj explained, Srila Prabhupada had many extraordinary disciples. And I want today to remember the fact that today, the Executive Committee of the GBC, of the Governing Body Commission, asked all of us for our prayers for His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who is now in the hospital. He had 3 heart attacks, and he had anyway, his life, his existence on this plane is completely in the hands of Krishna. So each of these extraordinary servitors of Srila Prabhupada have their unique contributions, have the unique role, we could say, in the pantheon of the Sampradaya. And for instance, Ramakrishna Maharaj, nobody can remove the fact that he is the one who opened up China, which at that time was the most populous country of the world, or that he was the closest, the most intimate personal servant of Srila Prabhupada in the last months of Srila Prabhupada's manifested pastime. So those will forever be a monopoly of Ramakrishna Maharaj, you could say. So similarly, Jayapataka Maharaj has some extraordinary traits. For instance, at the moment, at this historical point in time, is the senior-most sannyas. Although he was not the first one to take sannyas, I believe he was the 6th one. Others somehow maintain those standards, and now he has been for some time the senior-most, having taken sannyas at 21 years of age, so he's 54 years serving as a sannyasi. And is also the person that at this point in time has the most initiated disciples. Last time I heard he had surpassed the number 60,000. 60,000 disciples. Srila Prabhupada asked him, among the many things, he had asked him to make 50,000 devotees, not necessarily disciples, but 50,000 devotees. So he did 60. And another extraordinary thing, like Maharaj mentioned, is his role in the congregational development. See, in religion in general, there are aspects of theology, the philosophy, what is the overall message of the community. And then you have what's called missiology, how that community expresses its missionary work. Because every religion has its missiology, how they presented their message. One thing is their message, their Shastra. One thing how they presented or how they organized the application of those books. So Jayapataka Maharaj, in terms of missiology, is the one who was even officially appointed by the GBC as the minister for congregational development, which we have seen more and more how that's the pattern, that's a blueprint, that's a template for the International Society for Krishna Consciousness to develop and to apply. Austin is a perfect example. I don't think here anybody lives in the temple. But still, you have a vibrant, vital community, although nobody lives in the temple as such. Nobody is an ashram resident. You are all making a temple in your houses. You're ashram resident because you're a Grihastha ashram resident. And Jayapataka Maharaj was given from the beginning that vision. Once he told how they were in America and they were walking with Srila Prabhupada at one of those morning walks, and Srila Prabhupada pointed out at a church, and he said, you see, our movement at one point will be like that. There will be somebody who manages the church, a pastor or temple resident, and then there will be congregation. Most devotees will be around in the community. And at the time, that could have been 68, 69. At the time, it was something very novel, very different than what the movement was, because the movement was everybody in the temple. In fact, some devotees would not even be considered devotees if they were not living in the temples. So it was a very novel, innovative for the Hare Krishna movement at the time, a novel vision. And Jayapataka Maharaj fully imbibed it. And then he studied, for instance, what other groups were doing. He discovered what the Christians, for instance, were doing with the cell program, cell church program, how they would empower small groups and stress that the life of the church, the life of Christianity, wasn't the small group, was in the association. Just like Krishna says, I'm not in Vaikuntha, I'm not in the heart of the yogis. I am where the devotees come and chant my name and glorify me. So a temple is what a temple does. If your house works as a temple, meaning Krishna is the center, you offer all the food, you use the temple as a base, and where you use the house as a base for your spiritual activity, your sadhana, or even invite people, that's a temple. That was the vision of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He said, see, when we use the word namahata, generally we mean private, informal meetings, right? That's what we mean by namahata. But in Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur idea, the whole movement was a namahata. The old Sankirtan movement was the market of the holy name. And Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes in his book, Godruma Kalpatavi. Some of you may have the book. And by the way, Godruma Kalpatavi, Jayapataka Maharaj translated it from Bengali into English, and he gave the commentary. So it's available. It's available in Hindi, Bengali, Russian, English, like that. So in that book, he describes, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, that there are three divisions in this big market, in this big marketing operation. There are the bazaar, which will be like our shopping malls, where you find everything. You find everything from shoes to computers to sports equipment. You find everything. And that's all, those are the great dhams. Mayapur, Vrindavan, Puri, where there are many pure devotees, where all forms of devotional service. Like Ganga Shnan. Very hard to do Ganga Shnan in Austin, Texas. But you can do Yamuna Shnan or Ganga Shnan in Mayapur. So that's the bazaar. Then there is the shop. Like we could say the grocery store, the convenience store, where you find the basics for your existence. your rice, your dal, your matches, the basic thing to exist. And those are the houses of devotees, because you find in the house of devotees the essential aspect of Bhakti Yoga, the Sadhu Sangha, the Nama Kirtan, some deity worship, and the study of the books. And then there are the traveling salesmen. They don't have their own temple, they don't have their own shop, but they travel and they distribute the holy name. Like Maharaj is doing. He's going to Australia from here. From Australia, he's going to China. So he's the traveling salesman. He doesn't sell anything material, but he gives the holy name. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, in fact, there's a book that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is famous for his prophecies. He said that all the devotees of the world will come to Mayapur, will sing together Jai Satchinandan. And he also predicted Srila Prabhupada that a great personality will come, go to the West and bring the holy name. And he also said in one book that there will be a victory flag of this Sankirtan movement. He used the word Jayapataka, which is not a very common word in Sanskrit or Bengali. So once I asked Jayapataka Maharaj, we were in his office, so Guru Maharaj, what does Jayapataka means? He made like a face, like a between naughty, ironic. And he said, just a flag. Just say that there will be a flag. So we believe, of course, we disciples and others, we believe that that prophecy regards Jayapataka Maharaj, because we have seen how he took that particular aspect of the missiology of the Sankirtan movement, and then he established the Bhakti Vriksha and other forms of congregational development, which now we are already seeing in many places, not just among his disciples. It's a model. It's not a disciples club, okay? It's not a fan club. It's a model of community development, and he has been instrumental in bringing that into the world. So thank you very much for being here. This is also a very good symptom of a family, that we honor not just our father, but also our uncles and aunties, grandfather, grandmother, great-grandfather, great-grandmother, and so on. So thank you for organizing and participating in this Vyasa Puja. Jai Shri Jayapataka Swami Maharaj
Ki Jai. Thank you very much, Prabhu. That was a brilliant and very meaningful glorification of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj. We are very grateful to you for being with us. So next, I'd like to request Her Grace Radha Govind Mataji to say a few words.
Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayani Gorakata Damadaya Nagara Gramatari Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Pravi Namaha. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj is that gentle giant whose example has taught me how to always do the will of the Lord. It's not about how big I am, it's about how I'm connected in service to Krishna. I remember one occasion in Sridham Mayapur, there was a GBC meeting at 10 o'clock. All the GBCs are already there. And there were 3 politicians who had come from Kolkata to just meet Jayapataka Maharaj. And it was 9:58 a.m. And he already left the room in time to reach the meeting room. And he was just behind Panchatattva. And he was coming, and these politicians are all waiting at Radha Madhava Temple Hall. And there are thousands of devotees waiting with flowers to shower him flowers. And he meets a South American single mother with a little baby behind the Panchatattva. And he spent about 10 minutes with her, asking her if her accommodation is okay and how she's feeling in Mayapur Dham. And so he's that gentle giant who's always like connected to what Krishna wants him to do rather than his plan and his big things. So that's always inspired me. Oh, also, I forgot one more little detail. There were pujaris at different altar with the arti plate, the special arti plate with many, many lamps to be offered. So everything was at pause for that young, simple South American single mother. And Jayapataka Maharaj had that ability to make people feel that they are the most important person. Whenever you meet him, he makes you feel that. In fact, I was known in my younger years, teenage years, as Rukmiya Prabhu's niece. I didn't really have a name. I was Rukmiya Prabhu's niece. So my uncle was a preacher. He would build temples, and he was a busy preacher. So that was my identity until Jayapataka Maharaj came in my life, and he would say, "Sri Lakshmi's uncle." So he really had that ability to like put people in a place where we connected our significance with Krishna. And another occasion of that gentle giantness of his, along with my husband, I was with some senior devotees, and Jayapataka Maharaj was getting out of the elevator. And as he was just leaving, he called me. He called me towards him, and he said, "I want to say something to you." And then he took a moment, and he had a tear drop from his right eye falling off. And I was like really nervous. And he said, "I was thinking of you today." And then he said, "My heart breaks." And he took his left hand and then he hit his chest on the right. He said, "My heart breaks when I hear devotees, Grihastha devotees coming to me and say that, 'Guru Maharaj, please give us blessings. We want to divorce.'" And he said, "Just a while ago, they come to me and ask me, 'Guru Maharaj, please give us blessings. We want to get married.'" And he said, I've been praying. And he said, I'm requesting you, please work on premarital training." And I was going through like a really difficult time in my life. I was like, okay, this project, how am I going to take it up? My own marriage is like rocky. How am I going to help other people? So I was like in that situation. But that instruction really gave me the idea that he really is aligned to what Krishna is telling him. And as Radhakrishna Maharaj was emphasizing the point of how inspiring his presence is, I offer my gratitude to my Guru Maharaj for that endless inspiration to inspire me to give up my self-will. There was an occasion I went to him and complained about my husband. I said, "We're always traveling, Guru Maharaj. I want to be established in one place. I don't want to just travel around." And, back then we didn't have a home, and we were traveling for more than a decade, continuously going all around. And sometimes 2 years with one suitcase. Matajis will understand what that means, right? 2 saris, whole year. And going 3 days each place. And then I went to my Guru Maharaj and said, "Guru Maharaj, I want to do something substantial, something significant, be in one place, establish something, da 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 da." I went blah, 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 blah. And then he just told me a little story. He said, "I went to Russia last year, and there was a huge crowd, and I spoke about Chaitanya Leela. And there was a Mataji who came to me at the end of the talk. She wasn't even my disciple. She was a disciple of another guru. And she told me how she felt Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence during that class. He said, "My whole trip to Russia was worth it." So like he had this ability to magically solve a puzzle piece of my life. And that gave me again another indication. I have to give up self-will of thinking, I want this, I have this idea. And if it's not going to work that way, I freak out, I lose my mind. No, he said, "No, just be present, show up, be of service. And what Krishna will achieve through you is your service. That's your significance." And also, I remember I was a very stubborn kid. I wouldn't listen to anybody until I met Jayapataka Maharaj. I was the first person, without questioning, I would accept what he said. And one other thing about him being that endless inspiration for the movement, once in Mayapur Dham in front of Radha Madhava, there was the Bhagavatam class going on. And on the left side is all the men who sit, is the opposite of this. The men sit on the left and the women sit on the right when the class happens. And men in the front, they have these white cushions with bolsters for senior Maharajas or Prabhus to sit there. And so Jayapataka Maharaj was supposed to give the class. He sat on the Vyasasan. Then he looked He looked to the man's side and he said, "Where's the white cushions and the bolsters for senior Vaishnavis?" And then everybody's like, "We don't do that." And he said, "We should do that." And he made everyone wait for 25 minutes for them to organize that. He brought those cushions, those bolsters, and then he made sure that Vaishnavis had a place too. So again, he has this ability to make what is big small and what is small big. In another instance, we were in the roof of my Guru Maharaj. I used to do these healing and everything, and I was sitting in the side, and there were all these temple presidents, GBCs, waiting to talk to him about temple construction. And then there was another guru, he was waiting for sannyas, everything. And then there was one little, very short, very simple, old Bengali, illiterate Prabhu, who somehow happened to escape the security and he came in. And Jayapataka Maharaj just completely, like everybody disappeared for him. And he gave priority to that little simple Bengali devotee. He wasn't even like initiated as somebody very simple. And he spoke to him in Bengali. And like I said, like earlier, he made that devotee feel most important. And that really captured my heart. Priority of, and this devotee was talking to him about building temple, etc. And then after the devotee left, he looked at the Prabhu, and this is some temple in South India. And then he said, "It's very nice you're building this big temple, but are the devotees happy?" And then he gave the instruction to these devotees who came with a different mood. Their mood came, they came like, "Guru Maharaj is going to be so happy with this big temple." And then with those little acts, he made sure that this is how it means to build a devotional community. And one more, I mean, I could go on and on about his 26 great qualities. And one more is like, he's like a mystical miracle himself. He was born John Gordon. Sorry, Gordon John. So Gauranga, Gaura, John in Bengali means people. Gordon, Dan means gift, present, like what we dan, right? Like charity. And John means people. So Gordon John means the gift of Gauranga to the people. Hariva. So that was his birth name. And just as his name, as Maharaj was sharing about the miracles of himself healing others. Personally, myself and many of our God brothers, my Guru Maharaj, whenever I'm in a super dilemma, he comes in my dream and tells me what to do, indicates. If I'm in confusion, should I go? Should I stay? He'll come in my dream and give me some instruction. And this is not just me. It's his power. He has his ability to do it with so many of his disciples. He'll come in the dream. And if they're doing something not right, he'll come and he'll say, "Don't do it." And I know some of my friends who had dilemma with their career. Should I go back to work? Should I stay home? And he came in their dreams and gave them clarity. And he told one of my friends, she studied medicine and she wasn't working. So he came in the dream and he said, "Why are you not working?" He asked her that question. And then a few months later, she met my Guru Maharaj and she hadn't done anything about that dream. Then she met him in one of the streets in Mayapur. And then out of thousands of people who were standing, he looked straight at her and then he called her, and then he said, "What are you doing right now? Have you finished your studies? Did you?" And she was just like, such a miracle. And even smaller things, like once me and my friend, we were doing Bhakti Shastri, we were 19, rushing to get ready and everything. And we went in with some like clothes with after Harinam, and we went in, got dressed nicely in saris and everything. And then we came out, and my friend, both of us came out, and like we wear the sari like that, right? We cover the choli and we cover the head. And then we were just passing by, and my Guru Maharaj was sitting with other devotees, and then he called Malini Sundari. He called us, and we were going together, and then we just came near him, and we both had nice fresh tilak, nicely dressed and everything, and really you couldn't see our arms, even our cholis were till here, etc. And he said, "Why have you not put tilak around your body, and why have you put tilak on your face only?" We were just shocked. It's like, how would he know? So things like that, since very young age, I had these mystical experiences. And one other mystical experience of his presence was there are these Muslims, a lot of Muslims who live near in my upper area. So there were a lot of devotees, very enthusiastic, morning walk, they were going, and there were all these Muslim people standing, and they all were like, they gave some, I can't remember what, some food, something, and they said, Hare Krishna, we're smiling faces, trying to make friends and say, hello, Hare Krishna. And all of them look like, no response. And then Jayapataka Maharaj walks, and he used to walk so fast. We couldn't keep up with him. Even as a teenager, I would have to run to catch up with him. And so he would walk there. He would look at the devotees, the Muslim people, and he would say, Salam alaikum. And guess what the Muslim said? Hare Krishna. So yeah, he was not that stereotypical person, but he's very intuitive. He knew who to give. He knows what to give to who. And whether it's a woman who has studied and didn't finish, is not working, or a person who's stuck and doesn't want to study, he always encourages Vaishnavis to become qualified. That's one of the instructions he gave me, because when those incidents happened with the cushions, I said, Guru Maharaj, you take care so much of the Vaishnavis. Who will do this? And then he said, I can help women through you. So he gave me an instruction to help women become qualified. And so, yeah, he's very intuitive in that way. What was the other one I wanted to say? Yeah, like to some mothers, he gave certain instruction, you should do this, this, this. To some other mothers, he gave a slightly different. So it's very, like he was saying in the Vyasa Puja talk, that Paramatma is in the heart, and if we're aligned, then we know what to do when. So that alignment is the instruction of the Guru. And it's just magical how he does that. So last but not the least, the point is I'm so grateful to you, dear Guru Maharaj, for helping me to be in that mood of aligning to Krishna's will and not try to get my will done, because that has driven me crazy. And this has given me that sanity to focus on Krishna's will, Guru's will. And just eternally grateful to everything he has given us and everything he will give us. Thank you very much. Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. Thank you very much, Mataji. That was a wonderful and heart-touching offering. We are very grateful to you. So with that, Satyarupa Prabhu, you are next.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Nityanamine Namacharya Pradaya Nitaya Kurupradayane Gaurakada Hamadaya Nagaragramatarine. Dear Guru Maharaja, please accept my respectable obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gurudeva, last year has been a year of a great mercy. Though your health is in all time concern, you prioritized your visit to Austin to bless us. We are rendering small services to Srila Prabhupada mission of expanding Krishna consciousness in Austin. And still you choose to visit us. It is a great mercy upon us. Also, you have blessed us. Temple will be manifested soon. That is a greater strength for us. The key to success in the spiritual life is to execute the instruction of spiritual master. We cannot express enough gratitude for the mercy you have shown us. During your lectures, you gave us some profound instruction, which we will keep close to our hearts and dedicate our lives to execute. Some of the notable jewel-like instructions you gave are: if the devotee takes the matter very seriously, then there is no limit to how wide and how far this Krishna consciousness may spread. Any type of profit or a motive for doing devotional service or expecting some reward, whether gross or subtle, all these things to be eradicated, and showered mercy upon me by giving me an opportunity to do Vapu service at New Jersey, like cooking, washing clothes, cleaning your shoes, wearing your shoes, wearing shoes to you, and feeding to you. And Mataji, already explained, Guru Maharaj is how compassionate. In one of the video, I have seen Mahavar Prasad Prabhu, the secretary of Jayapataka Maharaj, explain that serving a disabled person is not that easy. You know that how Maharaj is disabled and that tall, stout person. But you know, none of the the persons who are serving has left in last 1 decade till now. And it's no wonder if new person he is treating, how gently, then what to speak who are serving directly to him. So that is the greatness of my spiritual master, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And I took initiation in 2019 in Alachua, and that is a very memorable moment. And each time I see him and I listen to him, and something I get, this instruction is for me like that. With that, His Grace, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki.
Jai. So that was wonderful offering. Thank you very much, Prabhu. In the interest of time, we are going to go a little faster. So with 2 more offerings. Rasamai Mataji.
Hare Krishna devotees. My dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectable obeisances on to you. First of all, I would like to thank you for accepting me as your disciple. And just like a drop of water in the ocean of your disciples, your compassion and mercy is incomparable. I met Guru Maharaj during my initiation. One of the Siksha Gurus in New Jersey is introducing one of the Matajis, saying that she's chanting 1 round. I thought Guru Maharaj will advise like, oh, you have to chant 16 rounds, but he didn't tell like that. He was, oh, you're chanting 108 for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is a compassion and encouragement that he showed to his devotees, to his disciples, or whoever he meets. And also, I never had a good fortune to directly interact with Guru Maharaj, but Guru Maharaj interacts through emails, through devotee care emails. On my birthday, an email pops up from Guru Maharaj saying that, happy birthday, Krishna conscious birthday, progress well in the spiritual life. And that is one. And the other email I got was like, what are the services you're doing? How is your progress in your Krishna conscious life? So these mails makes my day very wonderful, thinking that, oh, Guru Maharaj is far away. I thought I'm one among 50,000 disciples, but still he cares for me. That gives me that personal affection from Guru Maharaj. And also another instant is like through Facebook. He interacts through Facebook. So he gives like grihastas a responsibility of raising the kids in a very Krishna conscious way. We have to bring the kids in a very Krishna conscious way. That is in my mind. So when I told Guru Maharaj, when I met in Alachua, that my daughter is memorizing Bhagavad Gita, he was so happy. He was encouraging to, like, he showed the happy smiling face that it is good to teach the kids. And on this auspicious day of Vyasa Puja celebration at Hare Krishna Temple of Austin, I beg at the lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj to be doing best in my spiritual life and be the part of her temple construction of Hare Krishna Temple of Austin and bring my kids in a very Krishna conscious way. Thank you so much. And I also wanted to thank Satsara Prabhu for like celebrating this Vyasa Puja. We are so happy that our Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja is here. We never did personally. We never went in our temple. But this year, you made it, Prabhu and Mataji. Thank you very much from my bottom of my heart. Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki Jai. So now, Kanai from our youth member of our congregation will make an offering.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Namine. Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Gora Kata Dhamadaya Nagaramatayane. So I didn't really prepare anything to say, but because I was asked to speak, I'll try and say something for my own purification. So one thing I was thinking about is how we know the Supreme Lord has unlimited qualities, unlimited good qualities, and Ananta Shesh, with his thousands of mouths, can't find a stopping point in describing his qualities. So a pure devotee of the Lord actually is like Bhagavan in that respect, in that they have unlimited good qualities. So one thing I was thinking about when Prabhuji and Mataji were speaking is that they described Guru Maharaj as a gentle giant. And I think that's a very nice description of him. And one story that popped into my mind when I heard that is, so when I was little, I think this was in New Orleans. So Guru Maharaj, before his first stroke, he was very big, very tall, and he would carry a stick, a danda. So when I saw that stick, I became very afraid and I started crying because my parents say it was because of the stick. I don't really remember it because I was quite small. So then whenever I saw that stick, I started crying hysterically. And Guru Maharaj, he saw me. And then he was like, why is this? So then he picked me up and then took me on his lap and then pacified me. And then I stopped crying. And then, yeah, so there are many stories like this. I think anyone who's met Guru Maharaj has had something like this. Because I was just a baby. And then also throughout my life, Guru Maharaj has been so merciful. I have no good qualities of my own, but Guru Maharaj has all the good qualities.
Jai, that was a very wonderful and touching offering. Thank you very much, Kanai. So, devotees, if you have written Vyasa Puja offering for Srila Jayapataka Maharaj, we don't have time to accommodate you to read, but you can send it to us, to me or Sitarupa Prabhu. We'll compose Vyasa Puja booklet and we'll publish it in our temple WhatsApp group. We're already behind schedule, so we want to finish it on time so that we all can come for Srimad Bhagavatam class tomorrow morning. Haripashad Prabhu is giving. So with that, the next part of our program is Pushpanjali. So let me explain quickly because with the first time many of you are doing. So Pushpanjali, as I explained, the power flower petals we offer at the lotus feet of Jayapataka Maharaj to get his blessings. And so His Grace Kaunteya Prabhu will be chanting the Parampara mantras one time and we all repeat. So Prabhu will say and we all repeat. We always stand up first. Not now, after I explain. So then Prabhu will recite the Parampara mantras, we'll repeat. Prabhu will read that one time. Then at the end, Prabhu will also recite the pranam mantras of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj. So 3 times he will read that. So we'll again repeat that. Whenever Prabhu says, Esha Pushpanjali, so we have to come forward and offer the flower petals, if you can, at his lotus feet. Or you can just throw on him also. That is also accepted. Okay, so 9 times total, we will offer flower petals. And after Prabhu completes the pranam mantra one time, we all pay obeisances. First offer the flowers, then pay obeisances. So 3 obeisances, 9 times flower petals offering. So after Pushpanjali is done, we will do Gaura Arti. So with that, Prabhu can give level here. So, so please collect the flowers.
Is
it okay?
Yeah.
okay. So, where would you like me to stand?
You can stand here.
Okay, okay. And you want, yes. Do you want me to also do the deities?
It is, you can skip that.
So, so Krishna Pranam, Guranga Pranam, Pancharatta Pranam, and then Pancharatta and Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmahi Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamahayam Dadhati Swapadhantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Amvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namahom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namahom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Dahithaya Kripadbhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dahine Prabhahe Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadhya Shvirupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dhvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralhamba Rasambhode Tadambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachit Ananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestham Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Panchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha Panchatattvatmatam Atmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabhandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradaine Durakata Dhama Dhaya Nagara Grama Tarine Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Shri Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradaine Gaurakatha Dhama Dhaya Nagar Gramatarine Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Jai Shri Shri Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakata Dhamadhaya Nagara Gramatarine Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Jayam Vishnupada Paramamsa Parivajakacharya Sutra Sata Shishimat Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Vyasa Puja ki
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari Hari Bo. Excellent. So next we are going to do Gurupuja Arati, and our Grace Shraddha Govinda Mataji will do the Arati, and Kanai Balai and Kirtan will sing Guru Vandana prayers. Yeah. So everyone please stand. Mataji's left hand side,
So,
Prabhu's on the right hand side.
who's singing? Yeah. Arrange this. Switch it off for you, then you put it on.
No need, I think you can put it here. You play Katha? Yes, you are. Start. Can I start?
Shri Guru Charana Padama Kevala Bhakati Sadama Shri Guru Bandhamu Savadhana Ate Bandhamu Savadhana Bandhamoy Jahar prasade bhai e bhavato riya jai jahar prasade bhai e bhavato riya jai Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Krishna prapti hoy jaha
Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite. Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite. Guru mukha padma vakya chete dekho Riyakya. Guru mukha padma vakya Kitate Goriyakya. Aranako rihamone Asha Marana Kori Romane Asha Marana Kori Romane Asha Marana Kori Romane Shri Guru Charane Rati Eshe Uttama Gati. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati. Je prasade pure sarva asha. Je prasade pure sarva asha. Je prasade pure sarva Asha je prasade pure sarva asha. Chakhudan dilo je জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে চক্ষুদান দিল জয় জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে চক্ষুদান দিল যে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে চক্ষুদান দিল জয় জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে দেব জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দেব জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে 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 বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু শ্রী গুরু লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন লোকেনা লোকেরা জীবন লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন লোকনা লোকেরা জীবন আহা প্রভু কর দয়া देहो मोरे पद छाया हमारा प्रभु करुणा देहो मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया एबे जा कुछ तेब बनो एबे जा प्रभुपाद पतित पावन गुरुदेव लयन शरण जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद शिल प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा नामायं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिने नामिने नमः आया भूतले श्रीमते नमः जपदाय निताय कृपपदायिने गौरकथा धामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमः जपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा धामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर Govinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gora Haribo, Haribo,
Haribo,
Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Haribo,
Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Haribo.
We are able to hear you. Hear.
You can hear?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so no point.
No, we can hear you. Okay. And online also.
His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Vyasa Puja Mahotsava ki. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivarkacharya Asatara Shishimari Sivanges A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivacharya Asutara Shri Shrimari Suvange Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON BBT founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopakapana Chama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Shri Mathura Dham ki. श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, श्री जगन्नाथपुरी श्री क्षेत्र धाम की, गंगा माई की, यमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी महारानी की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ट्रांसजेंडर ब्रियाद का बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ट्रांसजेंडर प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, Thy Gaura Premanandi, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki Jai. So we'll do Narshing Arati for good health for His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj and also smooth and speedy recovery of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Shila Chanka Nakala Shila Chanka Nakala Oh, Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadish
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
प्रहलाद महाराज की His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki. It's a wonderful, we witnessed a wonderful Vyasa Puja today on auspicious day of Ekadasi. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for wonderful class on Vyasa Puja and importance of Guru. That is the first we witnessed. And His Grace Hare Krishna Maharaj present today. So it is exemplifies the mood of devotion. And thank you for wonderful your lecture, Prabhu, and comments on Jayapataka Maharaj. And His Grace Kaunte Prabhu and Radha Govinda Mataji wonderfully explained about Guru Maharaj and Satyasara Prabhu. Who nobody here wouldn't have witnessed this occasion without Satyasara Prabhu's meticulous planning and how nicely it is executed. He is directing every one of us like what to do step by step. It's wonderful. We are very fortunate to have such Siksha Guru, His Grace Satyasara Prabhu and Her Grace Jai Shubhadra Mataji. We are very, very fortunate to have them. And all Matajis and Prabhus who have executed their service so that we can nicely have this program. Matajis who are involved in cooking, Prabhujis like recording team, a live telecasting team, and Mataji who are like announcement and whatnot. So many other people are involved so that we can witness this wonderful event on this auspicious day of Ekadasi. And tomorrow we have Bhagavatam class at 7:30. His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. He's a wonderful Sanskrit scholar. How many of you have heard Radhika Raman Prabhu class? And how was that?
Great.
Right. So he is the like Indian version of Radhika Raman Prabhu, I can call. So please be attend and take mercy from him. He is wonderful Vaishnava as well. He's exemplified Vaishnava. And tomorrow is Sunday feast as well. And we have His Grace Radha Krishna Maharaj going to give Sunday feast lecture. Don't miss that opportunity. Prabhu's Maharaj's last class in this visit. So please take advantage of that. With that, wonderfully executed all of you and presented here. Thank you for being present here. With that, we'll have Prashadam distributing here, to-go boxes. While you go, take Prasadam boxes with you. And also we have Ziploc bags also there with snacks. Please take with you. Thank you all once again. And we'll see you all in the morning Bhagavatam class. Hare Krishna. His Grace, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki. Hare Krishna.
Prashadam praise.
Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Swapapunya Vritam Raja Nasonaiva Jayate